Go back and I share the screen. Yes.
जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जनवल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जनवल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। यशोदानंदन ब्रज जनरंजन यशोदानंदन ब्रज जनरंजन यमुना तीरा वनचारी यमुना तीरा वनचारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जनवल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। यशोदानंदन ब्रज जनरंजन यशोदानंदन ब्रज जनरंजन यमुना तीरा वनचारी यमुना तीरा वनचारी। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Jayo Radha Madana Mohan, Radha Madana Mohan, Radhe. Jayo Radha Madana Mohan, Radha Madana Mohan, Radhe. Jayo Mahaprabhu, Jayo Mahaprabhu, Jayo Mahaprabhu, Jayo Mahaprabhu, Jayo Gauranitai, Jayo Gauranitai, Jayo Gauranitai, Jayo Gauranitai, Jayo Krishna Balaram, Jayo Krishna Balaram, Jayo Krishna Balaram, Jayo Krishna Balaram, Jayo Vrindavana Dham, Jayo Vrindavana Dham, Jayo Vrindavana Dham, Jayo Vrindavana Dham, Jayo Giri Govardhan, Jayo Giri Govardhan, Jayo Giri Govardhan, Jayo Giri Govardhan, Jayo Gauranitai, Jayo Gauranitai, Jayo Gauranitai, Jayo Gauranitai, Jayo Jagannatha, Jayo Jagannatha, Jayo Baladeva, Jayo Subhadra, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jayo Jayo Prabhupada, Jayo Jayo Prabhupada, Prabhupada. Prabhupada, Jayo Jayo Prabhupada, Jai Srila Prabhupada ki Jai, Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol. Om Ajnananda Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshu Nilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Tadandi Swapadandikam Vandeham Shri Gurum Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavam Shah Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakantamscha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesa Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rushabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Krupa Sindho Bhayevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Mukam karoti vachalam, pangum langayate girim, yat kripa tamaham vande, Shri Gurum Dinatarinam. Aradhya Bhagavan Vraje Sutanayas Tadhama Vrindavanam Ramya Kachita Upasana Prajvedu Vargena Kalpitam Srimad Bhagavatam Pramanam Amalam Prema Pumatto Mahan Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhur Mataidam Tadharana Paraha Satyam Vidatum Nijabrutya Bhashitam Vyaptim Chabhuteshu Akileshu Chatmanaha Adrutyadhyadbhuta Rupa Mudvahan Stambhe Sabhayam Namrugam Namanusham. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Prabhu, can I share my screen?
Yes, Guru, you should be able to share.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Not yet, Prabhu. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama.
Okay, let me see.
Host disabled participant screen share. You can make me co-host or something.
Co-host. No, what happened?
Hare Krishna. Okay, thank you. Okay. Hare Krishna. Can you see my screen?
Yes, Prabhu.
Thank you. Okay. Hare Krishna. So, welcome to our Wednesday evening Bhagavad Gita class or Krishna Katha. Today, I want to talk about, because this is a 15 days, we get this Paksha called Pitra-Paksha. So, or 14 days. Yeah, so this one is, I was doing some research and how to find out what is for the devotees, right? So, Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, right? Abandon all religious, just surrender unto me, right? But um, but for devotees, how it is applicable? This Pitru-Paksha means where you Shraddha. Shraddha, the word comes from Shraddha. Like if you offer uh, oblations or the sacrifice or the forefathers, right? So you do Pinda Pradhan or Shraddha for forefathers. So how it is applicable for devotees? Like because we are we are Vaishnavas, and then why to do these offerings to the forefathers, right? So then I was doing the research. Then I found few lectures on it, and then so this I put together a small deck, and we can read together or discuss after the class. So but let's okay, yeah, so this is, we offer our gratitude to Srila Prabhupada, who is the founder Acharya of our ISKCON Krishna consciousness movement. So this is the Srila Prabhupada quote, so coming from London. So after death, according to our Vedic regulations, Pinda Udaka, Pinda offering Vishnu Prasad and water at least once in a year, it is required by the family members. And according to a Vedic culture, there is 1 month is fixed upon a year when all people will offer Pinda and Udaka to the forefathers. Srila Prabhupada lecture in London, July 29, 1973. So according to our Sanatan Dharma, right? So we have gratitude. We have gratitude for, there are since we appeared in this, since we born in this planet, this material body, we have gratitude for everything. We have gratitude. Srila Prabhupada brought us, to all into Krishna consciousness by his disciples, and we are second generation or third generation devotees. We have gratitude to Srila Prabhupada that he brought us into Krishna consciousness, right? So like that, we have, we do Prabhupada appearance, disappearance, and we do all the gratitude we show. At the same time, how do we show? Because we are here because of our forefathers, and this material body is here because of our forefathers, right? How do you show the gratitude to them? So the gratitude comes one of the dharmo rakshati rakshataha, means if you protect dharma, the dharma will in turn protect you, right? So like that, so the Sanatan Dharma, one word which is you want to say is dharma, means that is gratitude. If we don't have dharma, we don't have any gratitude. So so we will talk about different of how we are indebted to the Mother Earth, like that. So but before that, when Narada Muni went to Dwarka, and all the palaces, wherever he went, he saw Krishna there. So there are 16,108 palaces in Dwarka. For each queen, there is one palace. So like that, Narada Muni was going to one place to other place, and one palace to other place. Every place, Krishna was doing oblations to like a Nitya Puja, or like, he was doing Go Puja at one place, and he was teaching his kids in one palace, and he was doing all the like Varnashram Dharma, like how a Gurustha should be there. And Krishna will wake up when the like chickens, the roasters will like say kokorko in the morning, right? So like that. So he will wake up at the morning time and he will do his Sandhya Vandanam, like Kshatriya Dharma, whatever the Dharma Krishna want to show us, we also need to follow, like, him, like, whatever the Bhagavad Gita says, right? Yatra acharita shrestha. That means the whatever the great people do, the normal people will follow. So then Narad Muni was going, and then every place Krishna invites, oh, please come. But Narad Muni says, I want to go to different planets, like that. So he went at the last place, and then Narad Muni offered his obeisances, and he asked that, why we have to do. Even Krishna was offering to his forefathers. But Krishna no need to do. Even Lord Ramchandra, they no need to do. They are like avatars, right? But they do it because we follow. When Dashrath Maharaj, even Lord Ramchandra did Shraddha for his father. So we are just following the Sanatan Dharma, and we are following the Vaishnavism. We are following our principles of ISKCON. At the same time, these samskaras need to be followed. So I will have the Shastra Praman. Tasma Shastram Pranap Karya Vyavastito. Our that Srimad Bhagavatam is our it's called authority, right? So let me close this. A man who, when born in this world, with the Panchabhuta, like 5 debts we have. One is Pitru Runam. Runam means debt that we have, and Matru Runam, and Deva Runam, Rishi Runam, and Bhuta Runam. So the Pitru Runa means Pitru, Pautra, and you see all these words are very similar. So even the Shraddha comes from the word Shraddha. Like you have to perform Shraddha with that the name is derived from Shraddha. Shraddha means with faithful and with more, how can I say, with more concentration, like that. So Pitrunam gets cleared when the child performs the final rituals of the father upon his dismiss. He is free from debt of the father. So, even Prabhupada, when he was in Calcutta, or, he rents an house, old house, and where it's like it's in Calcutta, I don't know in which place it is, but he rents a very, very old house where the ghost is haunted that house. And Prabhupada is able to speak to that ghost, So it means Pitruna means one Vaishnava, actually it is very recently happened. So he went to do his japa every evening. He's from Sri Sampradaya. Like every evening he used to go to, in Dwarka, he used to go to the ocean and do his japa, and like evening japa, like, so we do Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Like that they also do Namo Narayanaya, like, so anyway, he was performing this, and every single day one person comes with the white dress, and he was sitting an asana on a stone. This person always sits and listens to this Vaishnava every single day. And after a couple of months, I thought of, I should ask this person, why, who is he, why he's coming every day and listening. And then one time he asked, this Vaishnava asks, he's a Vaishnava Acharya, he asks him, who are you and why are you here? And he says that I am a pisacha, that means I died because my son they didn't do Shraddha for me. Then why didn't you tell me for such a long time? Then the ghost says to this Vaishnava that, I didn't tell you because I cannot speak. But after listening your chanting for such a long time, I got the power that I can able to speak with you. So then you know what I have to do for you. Then the ghost says, you do a shraddh for me in Gaya with one Brahmana. So then I will get a upper planetary systems. I will be relieved from this like place. There is a called Pitru-Loka, where it's called a transition loka. You want to go to different place, there is a transit, right? Let's say you go to India, we have a transit in Singapore, Dubai, like that. So this planet is like a transition, and they will stay for some time. As a son, as a daughter, if we cannot do that ceremonies, these samskaras, they will just stay in that planet, and they will be waiting for you to do this samskara so that they get promotion to the upper planetary systems. So then as soon as it is performed, that this ghost went to the heavenly planets. So the thing is, that was one of the runa we have. Other one is called Matru runa. Does not get cleared at all. One can never repay what mother does to his child. We are all ever indebted to mother for having brought us into the world, bearing all the pain and nourishing us selflessly. And Deva Runa is clearly performed by our duties as a worship. And Rishi Runa is clearly we make correct usage of our knowledge and teach it to able to a disciple. Bhuta Runa can be cleared only by a proper use of materials made available to us by God, whether it's fire, water, air, house, utensils, and grain, and other objects, by not polluting them and respecting them in a correct usage, avoiding abuse all distributions. So, and therefore these runas are there. So then when I was doing research, I found a ISKCON London. They put together a nice all the quotes together. So let's continue to read this. There is only one more. Manusha Runam also is called Matru Runam, cannot be cleared. Maybe a giving fire to Chitta gives her peace. Even doing Shraddha Karma gives peace. Pitrus, when satisfied, bliss their family with good progeny, long life, fortune, and all opulences. What you are doing is very good, appreciated by all Pitrus and Devatas. And in Srila Prabhupada, one of the lecture, he mentioned about this Shraddha and also Runas. Performing the Shraddha is part of obeying Dharma. As per signs of Dharma, ancestor soul becomes satisfied only after receiving the Pinda and the water from their son. The son protects his ancestor souls from the hell named Puta. Therefore, Lord Brahma himself named him as a Putra. Puta is the name of the hell. You come across this type of hells is described in the Garuda Purana. So I will go according to Bhagavad Gita, what is described, right? In Bhagavad Gita, chapter 1, text 42, due to the evil deeds of the destroyers of the family traditions, all kinds of community projects and family welfare activities are devastated. There are 4 orders of human society combined with the family welfare activities, as they are set forth by institutions of the Sanatana Dharma or Varnashrama Dharma, are designated to enable the human being to attain his ultimate salvation. Therefore, the breaking of the Sanatana Dharma tradition by irresponsible leaders of the society brings about chaos in that society, and consequently, people forget the aim of life. Vishnu, such a leaders are called blind, and persons who follow such a leaders are sure to be led in chaos. So presently, actually, this is a Pitra-Paksha month is going. It's called also, we recently had Bhadra Purnima, and that's the authority, the Praman comes from Srimad Bhagavatam, where who receives Bhagavatam on a Bhadra Purnima day, they both get benefited and they get the Goloka Prapti, right, or Vaikuntha Prapti. So that means in Bhadrapada month, this comes as it comes already. It started. It is ending on October 14th. That is Saturday. So I will go to the more elaborate, like who followed the Shraddha and who followed these Pitru-Pakshas. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu followed, and we will read about it. And then also Lord Ramachandra followed. And Narasinghadev told Prahlad Maharaj that to follow this Shrad for his father Hiranyakashipu. So we'll go in detail one by one. So and then we'll come back to the this quote. So let's so are you able to see my screen, right, Prabhuji? Okay. So see about Shrad from Srila Prabhupada. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to Gaya to offer respectful oblations to his forefathers. And in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is our authority, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Radha Krishna himself. And Mahaprabhu is doing it. Why can't, as a followers of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we should also, this is not a, how can I say, this Pitra-Paksha is not like some of the rituals, we don't do it, we don't care of it. It's okay. Then nobody, I mean, it's not aparad or offense, right? But this one, at least to elevate our forefathers as a followers of Sanatan Dharma, as a followers of Gauda Vaishnava, we should perform these ceremonies. And there are certain rules and regulations. Even if you don't do it, like, in a Krishna is Bhavagrahi Janardana. He takes the essence. So he just take the bhava, right? So if we no need to do like a super ritualistic, whatever the possible way we can do it. So let's discuss further. This process is called Pinda Dana. In the Vedic society, after the death of a relative, especially one's father or mother, one must go to Gaya and there offer oblations to the lotus feet of the Lord. What is there in Gaya? There is called Vishnupad. Vishnupad is the one feet of the Lord Vishnu is there. After death, according to the Vedic regulations, Pinda Udaka, Pinda offerings, Vishnu Prasada and water at least once in a year, it is required by the family members. And according to Vedic culture, there is 1 month fixed upon a year when all people will offer Pinda and Udaka to the forefathers. Lecture by Srila Prabhupada. Importance of and need of performing Shraddh. In Srimad Bhagavatam, Lord Narasimhadev himself recommends performing the Shraddh ceremony by his devotee Prahlada after delivering Hiranyakashipu. Let's lead the translation and purport. So here, in Lord Narasimhadev, when he appeared, how he appeared, Stambhe Sabhayam na Mrugam na Manusham. That means he's a half lion. Na Mrugam na Manusham means he is he's not a human being, at the same time he's not a animal, right? Na Mrugam, na Manusham. So that means he appeared so powerful. When Lord appeared, even Lord hair is touching the upper planetary systems. And when Lord roar, the roar, everybody is getting heart attack. Like, no, all the things will stop. Like, such a ferocious incarnation, right? To protect his devotee, Prahlad Maharaj, right? So when Lord appeared at the time, even Mother Lakshmi, wife of Lord Narasimhadev, she never seen the form of the Lord like that. And when Brahmaji, after killing Hiranyakashipu, he sits on the Simhasan of the Hiranyakashipu. And then all the Devatas, all Brahmaji, Naradji, and also Lord Shiva, everybody comes and pay their prayers to the Lord. But Lakshmi ji says, Brahma asks Lakshmi ji, can you go and pacify the Lord? But Lakshmi ji says that I never seen my husband like this. And his eyes like a fire, so like fire coal, it's super red. And Lakshmi ji say, I cannot go in front of him. And he asks Lord Shiva, he asks everybody is afraid of Lord. But when he asks Prahlad Maharaj accepts it, and he goes, and then he can only pacify the Lord. So such a powerful incarnation, right? When Lord Narasimhadev appeared in this planet. So at that time, this verse comes in the 7:10:22, where Lord Narsingadev instruct Prahlad Maharaj to do Shraddha for his father Hiranyakashipu. Let's read. My dear child, your father has already been purified just by the touch of the body at the time of death. Nonetheless, the duty of a son is to perform Shraddha, ritualistic ceremony, after his father's death, so that his father may be promoted to the planetary systems, where he may become a good citizen and a devotee. Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. So, in this regard, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says that although Hiranyakashipu was already purified, he had taken a birth on a higher planetary systems to become a devotee again. So, by the touch, actually, it's only by the touch of the Lord, So, when Dhruva Maharaj was praying to Lord Vishnu, right? When Lord Vishnu appeared to Dhruva Maharaj don't know, because he was a very small boy, right? So he cannot speak any Sanskrit verses. He cannot speak anything very eloquently. But as soon as Lord Vishnu take his conch shell and puts on the head of the Dhruva Maharaj started speaking excellent grammatical poetry and praying the Lord. And there is Dhruva's prayers, right? You can read in Srimad Bhagavatam. But just by touching Lord's sparsha, that means by touch, you'll get purified. And you'll get purified like when personally Lord killing this Hiranyakashipu is already get moksha. But since even though you get moksha, but Lord asks Prahlad Maharaj to perform this ritualistic ceremony, that is Shraddha. So that means here again it says Prahlad Maharaj is advised to perform this ritualistic ceremony. Prabhupada is saying as a matter of etiquette. So etiquette is where we need to have proper etiquette as a Vaishnava to perform all these ceremonies. For the Supreme Personality of God, under no circumstances want to stop the regulative principles. Madhvacharya, right? Madhva Muni instructs, when the demons of Madhu and Kaitaba were killed by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, their kinsmen also observed the ritualistic ceremonies so that demons could not return back to Godhead. So even the demons, even this is Asura family, Madhu and Kaitaba, and even Prahlad Maharaj is from Asura family, right? Now Asuras can do this ritualistic thing, or these samskaras of Pitra-Paksha or the Shraddha, so as a followers of Prahlad Maharaj, as followers of Rupanugas and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we should also perform this, and it's at least once a year. It's not every day. There are two ways to perform it. One is called the Tithi. Tithi means whenever, like for example, any of your father, or if for example my forefather passed away on particular Tithi, so my father, his immediate son, elder son, if elder son is not there, second son also can do it. They can invite a brahmana and then do this samskara at home, or they can go to a temple, like in this instance ISKCON London, they are doing it in the temple. So like that, so you can offer a prasad for a devotees of Lord Vishnu or Lord Krishna, so that then offer to the Bhuta Gunas, like offering to the cows, and so that then Krishna will be pleased by just, and they get, the forefathers get elevated to the upper planetary systems. So let's see what else we can discuss. So what are the other pramans we have? So what is the objectives of performing the Shraddha? So again it is explained in Prabhupada. So what is Putra Pinda? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also showed as an example. He went to Gaya Pradesh, that is Gaya, right, to offer Pinda for his forefathers. This is currently in Bihar, right? This is necessary still. There are many practical cases that one's father and mother becomes a ghost after the death. And after offering oblations at the lotus feet of Vishnu at Gaya, he was delivered. There are so many cases. So actually the fact is Vishnu worship. That is ultimate goal of Vedic civilization. That's why Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam. He didn't say anything else. That, chant only Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Just chant. The ultimate goal is to smaran of the Vishnu. But they do not know. Normal in people in general, they do not know. They don't follow any of this. Forget about Shraddha. They don't follow anything. So they only celebrate their birthdays when they are alive. After their death, just do the prayer and then that's it. Some people even don't do that, right? So that's why as Prabhupada is emphasizing here, this ultimate goal of Vedic civilization is actually worshipping Lord Vishnu. So, and prayers and types of Shraddha rituals. I opened that in Srimad Bhagavatam. So, where is it? So this is summary, where it offers, it talks about Shraddha. So let's read this and then we can discuss. So the summary of 15th chapter as follows. In the previous chapter, Sri Narada Muni proved the importance of a Brahmana in a society. Now in this chapter, he will show the difference between different grades of a Brahmanas. Among the Brahmanas, some are householders, some are most attached to the fruitive activities or the betterment of social conditions. And above them, however, are Brahmanas who are very much attracted by austerities and penances and who retire from family life. They are also known as Vanaprasthas. Other Brahmanas are very much interested in studying in the Vedas and explaining the purports of the Vedas to others. Such a Brahmanas are called Brahmacharis. And still other Brahmanas are interested different types of yoga, especially Bhakti Yoga, Jnana Yoga. Such a Brahmanas are mostly sannyasis, members of the renounced order of life. As far as the householders are concerned, they engage in different types of spiritual activities, especially in offering oblations to their forefathers and giving as charity to other Brahmanas, the peripheria engaged in such as sacrifices. Generally, the charity is given to the sannyasis, Brahmanas in the renounced order of life. If such a sannyasi is not available, the charity too is given to Brahmana householder engaged in the fruitive activities. One should not make very elaborate arrangements to perform Shraddha ceremony of offering oblations to one's forefathers. The best process of the Shraddha ceremony is to distribute Bhagavad Prasad, remnants of the food that has first been offered to Krishna, to all the one's forefathers and relatives. This makes a first-class Shraddha ceremony. In the Shraddha ceremony, there is no need to offer a meat or eat meat. Unnecessarily killing of animals must be avoided. Those who are in the lower grades of the society prefer to perform sacrifices by killing animals, but one who is advanced in the knowledge must be avoid such a unnecessary violence. Akshay Prabhu, can you want to read next 3 paragraphs?
Yes, Prabhu.
Thank you.
Brahmanas should execute from there?
Yeah, yes.
Brahmanas should execute their regulative duties in worshipping Lord Vishnu. Those who are advanced in knowledge of religious principles must avoid 5 kinds of irreligion, known as Vidharma, Paradharma, Dharma Bhasha, Upadharma, and Chaladharma. Sorry. One must act according to the religious principles that suit his constitutional position. It is not that everyone must adhere to the same type of religion. A general principle is that a poor man should not unnecessarily endeavor for economic development.
Hare Krishna.
One who refrains from such endeavors but who engages in devotional service is most auspicious. One who is, you want me to stop, Prabhu?
Yeah, go ahead, Prabhu. Yeah.
One who is not satisfied with the mind must fall to degradation. One must conquer lusty desires, anger, greed, fear, lamentation, illusion, right? Unnecessary talks on material subjects, violence, the four miseries of material existence, and the three material qualities. That is the objective of human life. One who has no faith in the spiritual master, who is identical with Sri Krishna, cannot get any benefit from reading Shastra. One should never consider the spiritual master an ordinary human being. Even though the members of the spiritual master's family may think of him as such. Meditation and other processes of austerity are useful only if they help in advancement toward Krishna consciousness. Otherwise, they are simply a waste of time and labor. For those who are not devotees, such meditation and austerity cause fall down. Just a minute.
Yeah, no problem. I can read next two paragraph. No. Every householder should be very careful, because even though the householder may try to conquer the senses, he becomes a victim to the association of relatives and fall down. Thus, a grihastha must become a vanaprastha or a sannyas, live in a secluded place, and be satisfied with the food gotten by begging from door to door. He must chant Omkara mantra or Hare Krishna mantra, and in this way he will pursue transcendental bliss within himself. After taking sannyas, however, if one returns to a grihastha life, he is called vanatasi, which means one who eats his own vomit. Such a person is a shameless. A householder should not give up the ritualistic ceremonies, and sannyasis should not live in the society. If a sannyasi is agitated by senses, he is cheater, influenced by the modes of passion and ignorance. When one assumes a role of in goodness and starting a philanthropical and altruistic activities, such activities become impediments on the path of devotional service. You are okay to read, Prabhu, now?
Yes, Prabhu, I will read.
Yeah, thank you.
The best process for advancing in devotional service is to abide by the orders of the spiritual master, for only by his direction can one conquer the senses. Unless one is completely Krishna conscious, there is a chance of falling down. Of course, in performing ritualistic ceremonies and other fruitive activities, there are also many dangers at every moment. Fruitive activities have been divided into 12 portions. Because of performing fruitive activities, which are called the path of dharma, one has to accept the cycle of birth and death. But when one takes the path of moksha or liberation, which is described in Bhagavad Gita as Archana Marga, one can get relief from the cycle of birth and death. The Vedas describe these two paths as Pitrayan and Devayan. Those who follow the paths of Pitrayan and Devayan are never bewildered, even while in the material body. A Buddhistic philosopher who gradually develops control of the senses understands that the objective of all the different ashramas, the statuses of life, is salvation. One must live and act according to Shastras. Continue, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu. Yeah, last paragraph.
If one who is performing the Vedic ritualistic ceremony becomes a devotee, even if he is a grihastha, he can receive the causeless mercy of Krishna. The objective of a devotee is to return home back to Godhead. Such a devotee, even though not performing ritualistic ceremonies, advances in spiritual consciousness by the supreme will of the personality of Godhead. One may actually become successful in spiritual consciousness by the mercy of devotees, or one may fall from spiritual consciousness by being disrespectful to devotees. In this regard, Narad Muni narrated the history of how he had fallen from the Gandharva kingdom, how he was born in a Sudra family, and how by serving exalted Brahmanas he became the son of Lord Brahma and was reinstated in his transcendental position. After narrating all his stories, Narad Muni praised the mercy received from the Lord by the Pandavas. Maharaj Yudhishthir, after hearing from Narada, became ecstatic in love of Krishna. And then Narad Muni left that place and returned to his own place. Thus, Sukdev Goswami, having described various descendants of the daughters of Daksha, ends the 7th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam.
So, in this, Prabhupada is explaining the summary of 7th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, instructions for the civilized human beings. That is chapter 15 of 7th canto. Here it is clearly explained, so why we have to do the simplistic way of Shraddha ceremony is distributing Bhagavad Mahaprasad to invite who is in this real day and age we cannot find pure, such a pure brahmanas, but Prabhupada said, where can we find, there is, but at least following the principles and who is living according to scriptures, those kind of things there are still a lot of brahmanas are there who are living, even in our ISKCON movement also. There are excellent exalted Vaishnavas and brahmanas are there. We can invite those saintly people to the house and offer the Bhagavad Prasad to them and ask them to bless them. Srila Prabhupada father, right, Gaur Mohan Dev, so he used to invite, when Prabhupada was young, he used to Abhay Charan when he was young, right? So many Vaishnavas, or not only Vaishnavas, from different sampradayas, like in Calcutta, he used to invite them and just offer prasad to them and only request, in Krishna book, Srila Prabhupada writes, right, in the preface, if anybody read it, this is offered this Krishna book to my father. So such a gratitude Srila Prabhupada to his father. And his father used to only ask that only one desire is that you bless my child. You bless my child. To every Vaishnava used to tell like that. So that means, and then how Srila Prabhupada now did change the entire human society, right? Entire he bring a revolution in our bhakti culture, and that's why he is Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada. He is the Acharya, right, and he is the founder Acharya. So that's why we need to show this gratitude to forefathers. Like when Hanumanji went to search of Mother Sita, and then on the way he got so many tests, right? And then Mainak, the Parvat, right, the mountain, the mountain was, he want to ask Hanumanji just to take a 1 minute rest on his mountain. Then Hanuman said, this is also my impediment on my Lord Ram service. And then he goes and with his chest breaks the mountain. Then Mainak came out of that mountain and says that you are actually, I become an uncle to you, Chacha in Hindi. Uncle, how come you are my uncle? Then he explains, your father Vayu is helped us. So I'm your father friend. Your father friend is Chacha or uncle. You are my own, like you're kind of a son to me, right? And you should always you should take that 1 minute rest, and then you should honor us. That's what he says. That then he was somehow or other, I want to help you. That's why I ask you to take the rest. So the gratitude is part of our Sanatan Dharma. And if we have gratitude for our forefathers, that's why we do this. Let's continue to finish that, and then we can take questions. So let's, so we read this one, right? So we didn't read. Okay. There are 3 kinds of this ceremony, specifically the ceremony to please the Supreme Personality of Godhead or the demigods. Those performed were social celebrations like marriages and birthdays, and those meant to please the forefathers, like Shraddha ceremony. In all these ceremonies, large amounts of money are spent for various activities. But here it is suggested that if along with this there is the recitation of wonderful activities of Vamana Dev, certainly a ceremony will be carried out successfully and will free from all discrepancies. So that is the ceremony, what is Srimad Bhagavatam 8:23-31. The effects of Shraddha ritual. There is a hell which is called Pun. So from that hellish condition, one derives Traita Ititra, therefore he is called Putra. This is, every Sanskrit word has got meaning. Root meaning Putra. Putra is Pinda Prayojanam. putra is required. Why? After death, if a chance that the father does not get ordinary life or goes to the hellish condition of life, the son will deliver. Therefore, Shraddha ceremony, this is called Shraddha. What is Shraddha ceremony? Shraddha ceremony means to offer footsteps to Vishnu, and with that prasad, the forefathers or father, it is offered. So that by eating prasad, if he is in the ghost life or in hellish life, he will be delivered. That is called Shraddha. Srila Prabhupada lecture, Vrindavan, Srimad Bhagavatam 1.5.24. So who can perform this Shraddha? Sanatan Dharma that does not given any cause for excuse for not performing Shraddha due to the absence of a particular person. Son, daughter, grandson, great grandson, wife, daughter, son, brother, nephew, cousin, son, father, mother, daughter-in-law, son of elderly and young sisters, maternal uncle, anyone in the 7 generations and from the same lineage, spanda. Anyone after the 7 generations belong to the same family domain, disciples, priest, upadhyaya, friend, son-in-law of the descendants can perform this Shraddha. In that order, in any case of a joint family, the eldest and earning male should perform the Shraddha. In the case of the unity family, everyone should perform Shraddha independently. Sanatan Dharma has made arrangements so that each person and every dead person Shraddha can become performed, so as to given momentum to that person to progress to higher subplane Dharma. Sindhu mentions that if particular deed person does not have any relative or a close person, then it's the duty of the king, to perform Shraddha for that person. Normally, every year Shraddha should be performed on the date of the death of the person, the Vaishnava calendar, not as per as the Western calendar. Considering the complexity of pronouncing the certain Sanskrit words and limitation to understand rites mentioned in the saints, it may be not possible for everyone to perform the ritual as prescribed by themselves. In such a case, one can get a ritual performed to the priest, and if they are not available, then the ritual can be performed with the help of a knowledgeable people. If the date is known and only the month is known, then in that case, Shraddha can be performed on the last day of Shraddha period. So this 14th is called also Amavasya. So on that day, it's called Sarva Pitru Amavasya Shraddha Puja, October 14th. So on the day you can, if you miss it if you miss it for a long time, then you can perform this one on that particular day. Actually, is also Surya Grahan in US. I don't know, it's in India, but in North America it was a Surya Grahan. So people take bath and all that. We'll close the temple, and then after the bath, then you can perform this. And also, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared, there was a Chandragrahan, right? Lunar eclipse when Mahaprabhu appeared, and everybody was chanting glories of the Lord, and you'll get so much auspiciousness at the time of this auspicious times. Or there is no inauspicious and auspicious. It's inauspicious only when you are not remembering the God, when you are not remembering the Lord's holy name, when you are not remembering or not reading his pastimes, not glorifying the Lord. That's only inauspicious times. Other times are also always inauspicious. So like coming back to this one, right? So even Egyptians, you see this Egyptian is actually a Vaishnava who was the first architect who constructed the pyramid. So they also perform the rituals there for in their culture also. Like they keep some gold, something to who passes away. Like no, there is means we don't follow whatever Shastra is there, we follow that. Whatever our Srimad Bhagavatam recommends, we follow that. So let's continue reading. So this as I discussed, these are the few important things as a devotees, right? So and then when you perform this, and people may think that we are ritualistic, we do all kinds of things, but first, before bhakti, Srila Prabhupada told, to get good thoughts, right? We need to read good books. That is Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, and Ramayana, and Mahabharata, and Chaitanya Charitamrita, Ishopanishad. So all these books, if you read, you'll get, and from there, reading those books leads to a good culture. Samskaras. Good culture is our varnashrama culture, where where it leads to bhakti, that leads to Krishna consciousness, right? So without that, we cannot perform. Without, we cannot just chant Hare Krishna out of blue. That chanting, it won't have any effect, right? That's why Prabhupada gave this mantra diksha, right? So there is a Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur gave this mantra diksha is mantra diksha is that chanting of or Gayatri mantras morning, evening, or afternoon, some people do 3 times, right? So that why it is all given, right? To all this leads to the bhakti, like ante narayana spriti. At the time of death, we have to chant his holy name. That is our goal of life, right? So if we won't chant ante narayana spriti, then that's why we need to control our senses. We need to control our there is so many wonderful Vaishnavas and devotees, and Srimad Bhagavatam talks about all the pastimes of the Lord, his devotees were performed, like Ambarish Maharaj, right? Ambarish Maharaj, when he was ruling the Bharatavarsha at that time, there is 2 days holidays. Every Ekadashi is complete holiday. There is no work for any people, right? So and like that, they lived their life, and these acharyas, whoever they lived their life, we need to follow their footsteps. Like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu personally instructed to this kind of samskaras, so that we will be uplifted. And see, our Krishna consciousness movement, it's of course it benefits you do all these things, but our movement is more wider, where Prabhupada wants Mother Earth, Mother Cow, Mother Surabhi, and all the jiva, like the Bhakti Vinod Thakur says that like Jivodaya, it's Name Ruchi, Name Ruchi, Jivodaya, Vaishnava Seva. These are the 3 steps, fast steps to achieve the bhakti in faster way. And Vaishnava Seva, what to think about serving a Vaishnava, right? Like that. And also Jivodaya, which comes book distribution, and also means you are giving to, and cow protection. These are all comes under the category of Jivodaya, like that. And also Name Ruchi, chanting of the Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So these are the things where these 3 steps where Bhakti Vinod Thakur recommends, right? So there is no qualification for doing a bhakti, like we no need to be a top merited, and anybody can chant the holy name of the Lord. So there are so many great sages like Haridas Thakur, who's appeared in the family of Yavanas, right? He's a Namacharya, right? He used to chant the holy name all the time. So many tests. Haridas Thakur got beaten up in 11 marketplaces. So and still till the end he was chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And he was chanting such a loudly, other people also can elevate by listening of this Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, like that, right? So we have so many acharyas, and wherever you born, in which it doesn't matter, either Indian, American, or for bhakti there is no boundaries. So if you do perform, follow the samskaras properly, and read Srila Prabhupada books, chanting of the holy name, which all leads to bhakti. At the same time, there is this Shastram says, Tasmas Shastram Pramanante Karya Vyavastito. our Shastra says that to follow these ritualistic ceremonies, and then we can follow. And that's why Lord Ramachandra set an example, right? And Lord Ramachandra, he was so compassionate. Even like when Hanuman ask Lord Ramachandra, who are your best friends? Then Lord Ram says that I have three best friends. One is the demon, and other one is the boatman, and other one is like a monkey, right? So who is the demon? Demon is Vibhishana, and the boatman is a like, what you call is the boatman where he comes, where he drops Lord Ram when from the outside of the Sarayu river. And then also there is one more, is monkey, is Sugriva. These are the three best friends, he says, right? So like that, the Lord himself performed these ritualistic ceremonies, or the samskaras. As a followers of Srila Prabhupada, we can perform this. And so there are some people may ask, right, for example, what if we don't, Prabhupada says we don't have, the sons should perform. If we don't have sons, their cousins can perform. If the cousins cannot perform, even the elder's daughter can perform. Just praying to them and offering the food, anybody can do that, this ceremony, right? So, and we can pray that, that this circumsentence, we just need to follow that one. And then reading Srimad, some people will read Srimad Bhagavatam at the time of these ceremonies, so that people can understand the signs of this bhakti, right? So as I was yesterday, I just want to share this realization. Yesterday I was doing my japa walk in Danville, and then I was walking in the street, and then I came to a place, like a small box is there. In that box, they said, take a book or leave a book, it's, the book is for you, like that. So then I just opened it. Then when I opened it, I found in that box Bhagavad Gita. That is not our, like, it's 1983, like a German printed one. It's in my hand. So beautiful Bhagavad Gita. It's 41 years old. And I was so happy. I should put some book. That's what the quote says, leave a book, keep a book. Then I was very, very grateful to Srila Prabhupada that, is somebody may got this one maybe 40 years ago or 30 years ago. Then they put this one, and then I was very happy to took book, and then I replaced it with I in my car I always have books. I had put with the perfection of yoga in that, and then took this book from that, like it's not a library, it's like a small, in the park they put like a small box there. So, and such a, that's why in the gratitude for Srila Prabhupada, we do his appearance and we do his disappearance, and all the festivals, right? And to, at least we are existed because of spiritually, because of Srila Prabhupada. We are existed materially because our forefathers. To make that to make for a gratitude to shown to our forefathers, we have to perform this. So I'll stop here, and you have any questions, reflections, then at the end we can do the Narsinga prayers. And also, if you go in detail how to do it, and maybe you can contact me offline how to perform this, I can explain more in detail. So Prabhuji, you have any questions?
Hare Krishna, Purushottam Prabhu, this is excellent. You went into really great detail, and I was amazed to see that in that slide, one of the slide you showed,
Yes.
where that this architect of that pyramid, right?
Yes.
Is a person with Vaishnav Tila. Where did you get that picture from, Prabhu?
Oh, there's a book. Let me read. Let me show that one. Let me share my screen. I actually copied that notes also, which book it is available. And Okay. Are you able to see my screen, Prabhu?
Yes, yes, Prabhu.
So this one, view, slideshow. Okay. So the Hindu, sorry. Let me, what is the Hindu architect of the pyramids of Egypt, looking at upfold architectural scrolls. He is wearing a Hindu Vaishnavate marks on his forehead. It is like he's wearing that Sri Vaishnava marks and on all over his body. This should be underlined the worldwide sway of Hinduism in the ancient times, currently wiped out of all history. Published in Egyptian myth and the legends page 368, and also in the long missing links by Iyengar. So I actually searched that book, Prabhu. I am not able to find the PDF, but I was very mesmerized by looking at that picture. You see, he constructed this. He is a main architect to construct that pyramid.
Yeah.
And why I went to this one? Because Egyptian culture, they in their pyramids, they put all kinds of things for the dead bodies,
Right. Yeah.
and they do rituals. And this is coming from our Sanatan Dharma.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. This is very nice.
Thank you. Any other realization questions?
No, this is great, Prabhu. And then that last statement you made about Hiranyakashipu, right?
Yes.
Hiranyakashipu, that he says that the moment I touched him, right, that when he was killing, that he was purified. But still, Prahlad Maharaj, he did his duty as a
Right.
son. He did his duty, because that is why the whole purpose of Shraddha is that they get your ancestors, they get moksha.
Yes. Yes.
He did the duty. He didn't have to go through long process, because Lord Vishnu was there in front of him.
Right.
So he just asked him, okay, liberate him. That's it. For him,
Right.
the process was easy, simple, basically.
Yeah. Even Yudhishthir Maharaj asks Narad Muni, and so Narad Muni says you have to perform the Rajasuya Yajna. In the Rajasuya Yajna, that is one of the process is to offer Shraddha ceremony to forefathers. And Krishna personally was there and to help Yudhishthir Maharaj how to perform that. And Krishna himself is showing in the medium of Yudhishthir Maharaj. Yudhishthir Maharaj is the emblem of Dharma, Prabhu. He is like a Yama Dharma Raja, right? He is the incarnation of Lord Yama, right? And so he himself performed this kind of things. And even Yaksha Prashna comes. Yudhishthir Maharaj answers all questions, right, of Yakshana in Mahabharata. It comes. So, Krishna was personally there. And all these ritualistic samskaras and going to temples and going to a pilgrimage, when Vidura was there, Krishna was personally there in when Vidura present, but Vidura still went to all the holy places.
Right, pilgrimage.
So, and Balaramji goes to all. Balaram and his supreme personality of Godhead, Krishna and Balaram, why they go to these holy places, right? Why Balaramji went to all the holy places to get that prize. And he said he won't be participate in the war, right? And yes, and then when Krishna performed this, then there also it says that when he killed Jarasandha, right, at that time they ask Krishna has to go alone, and they get Bhima to kill him. So at that time also there is this Shraddha ceremony was performed before this killing of Jarasandha,
Right.
So, and it's part of our thing and our culture. These are main questions. Some devotees ask why as a followers of Gaudiya Vaishnavam or ISKCON we have to perform. Then that triggers me to do this. And there is few devotees gave a lecture also in the YouTube, Govind Prabhu, and few other Vaishnavas, so you can listen to that.
Yeah, and Mahaprabhu himself went to Gaya, right?
Yes.
That's true. He was a great scholar, but
Right. Prabhu, since we have time, if you have no questions, we can read the Chaitanya Charitamrita, Prabhu.
Yeah.
That pastime.
Yeah.
You have any questions in the participant?
Let me quickly check online.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
No,
Krishna.
online there is no question or comments. There are people, but no question or comments.
No, no.
Ashray Mother Prabhu, one question.
Oh, that is Prabhu, welcome.
SKB Prabhu, one quick
Yes,
question.
Dandot Pranam. Hare Krishna.
Hello, Pranam. So I noticed that so some of my relatives are meat eaters.
Mhm.
Okay, not all of them. 95% of them are meat eaters.
Okay.
So when I've seen in all the Shraddha ceremonies, they offer meat.
Mhm.
So my question is that a bad thing? As a Vaishnava, we don't offer meat. I know that. So neither I will allow when I do, for my forefathers in the future.
Mhm.
If I am supposed to do a Pitru Pinda Pradhan,
Yes.
so then I will not offer meat.
Right.
So, but if the relatives are offering meat, did Shastra condemn offering meat in the Pitru Pinda Pradhan, or is it allowed as per the Shastric rules?
So I don't know when you joined Prabhu. There's Srila Prabhupada not recommend that. So it's in the 7th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. Whatever question you asked, Prabhupada said we should not offer anything meat like that to the. So you are doing it on for your forefathers, or that is that's fine, but you cannot change your relatives, right? So here the Prabhupada clearly mentioned that.
So you have to go up, Prabhu. You have to go up.
Okay, yes, yeah. See,
Here.
Prabhu, one should not make elaborate arrangements to perform Shraddha ceremony of offering oblations to one forefathers. The best process of Shraddha ceremony is to distribute Bhagavad Prasad, that you always does it, remnants of food that has been first offered to Krishna, to all of one's forefathers and relatives. So this makes the first class Shraddha ceremony. In the Shraddha ceremony, there is no need to offer meat or eat meat. So I didn't say this one, Prabhupada answered your question.
Good, Prabhu, good.
Unnecessary
Good.
killing of animals must be avoided. Those who are lower grades of a human society prefer to perform sacrifice by killing animals, but one who is advanced in knowledge must avoid such unnecessary violence.
So my question is, my other question is, why? So generally, I have noticed the Brahmin comes for the for doing the Pitru-Pinda Pradhan. So why do they allow offering of meat in the Pitru-Pinda Pradhan?
So that we cannot say that. I mean, I don't know why they allow, but normally if ISKCON devotee goes, he won't allow. Or ISKCON Brahmana goes, he won't allow them to offer it because they are afraid. They are afraid that they may harm them. I don't know, right? So they are intoxicated. They are all like once you have the demon called Mada, right, enters into body. Once you take the alcohol or any intoxication, so then they won't become a human being, right? And they may, if that priest or whoever they're inviting, he cannot say anything because they're all drinking and eating this meat, right? So what can they do? That's why it's highly recommended we should not go to those places. And also you, if you can perform on their behalf by yourself independently, even though you are a combined family, because since they are not following the rules and regulations because they don't know, you should perform for their behalf and then pray to them that all your forefathers get liberated.
Yeah, I may in the future go to Gaya.
Okay. You can do it anywhere, Prabhu, not only Gaya, but it's recommended according to Manu Samhita. It is recommended that as a human being, you born one time, we should go to Gaya and offer to Vishnupad. right? Even
Yes.
Prabhupada says in one of the lecture.
Correct.
Thank you, Prabhu. That's a good question.
Hare Krishna Prabhu,
Krishna.
there is a question from Momita Mataji on the Zoom chat.
Yes. You can read, Prabhu, or you want me to?
Yeah, I will read. I was very attached to my grandfather. Although my parents are alive and they do tarpan for their parents, that is her grandfather, is it recommended for me also to do so? Can she also do?
Yeah, sorry. Yeah. So if Mataji, you have brothers? I was very attached to my grandfather. Although my parents alive, they do tarpan to their parents. Is it recommended for me also do? So, but your parents are alive, right?
Yeah, parents are alive. Yeah.
Yes,
Yes.
Prabhu.
Yeah, yes. Then you can certainly pray, Mataji. You can invite any Brahmana and feed him on this day on your grandfather behalf. But if they are doing it nicely, it's optional for you. So, but once there leaves their body, our fathers, so then immediately you need to, what do you call it? It's like you need to take it over, right? And like it's follow the sun model. So yeah, if they cannot do it, nobody else. In this instance, you can certainly pray for him and offer and feed but you cannot do the actual ritual because they're already doing it, right?
Okay, thank you, Prabhu.
Yeah, Hare Krishna. Any more? No, Prabhu, can you bring that up? We have 10 more minutes, right? And then last 5 minutes we can do Narsingha prayer. And Akshay Madhav, Prabhu, you can.
The Chaitanya Charitamrita.
Chaitanya Charitamrita, I can tell you the Adi, let's see, which verse it's. Adi Kanda, 17.8, Prabhu.
Just Adi.
Adi Leela, sorry. Not Kanda. I went to Ramayana.
Yeah. Okay, so let me share my screen.
Yes. You can read the Bengali verse, bro, if you like.
Yeah, let me see. Okay. Can you see my screen, Prabhu?
Yes.
তবে তবে তো করিলা প্রভু গয়াতে গমন ঈশ্বর পুরীর সঙ্গে তথায় মিলন. Thereafter, the Lord went to Gaya. There he met Srila Ishwara Puri. Purport? You want me to purport?
Yes, Prabhu, please.
Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to Gaya to offer respectful oblations to his forefathers. This process is called Pindadam. In Vedic society, after the death of a relative, especially one's father or mother, one must go to Gaya and there offer oblations to the lotus feet of Lord Vishnu. Therefore, hundreds and thousands of men gather in Gaya daily to offer such oblations or Shraddha. Following this principle, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also went there to offer Pinda to his dead father. Fortunately, he met Ishwara Puri there.
Yeah, so this is also amazing, right? Yeah, you can go to next verse, Prabhu, and read 2 more verses.
দীক্ষা অনন্তরে হইল প্রেমেরও প্রকাশ দেশে আগমন পুনঃ প্রেমরও বিলাস. In Gaya, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was initiated by Ishwara Puri, and immediately afterwards he exhibited signs of love of God. He again displayed such symptoms after returning home. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to Gaya accompanied by many of his disciples, he became sick on the way. He had such a high fever that he asked his students to bring water that had washed the feet of Brahmanas. And when they brought it, the Lord drank it and was cured. Therefore, everyone should respect the position of a Brahmana, as indicated by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Neither the Lord nor his followers displayed any disrespect to Brahmanas. The followers of the Lord must be prepared to offer Brahmanas all due respect. But preachers of Lord Chaitanya's cult object if someone presents himself as a Brahmana without having the necessary qualifications. The followers of Lord Chaitanya cannot blindly accept that everyone born in a Brahmana family is a Brahmana. Therefore, one should not indiscriminately follow the Lord's example of showing respect to Brahmanas by drinking water that has washed their feet. Gradually, the Brahmana families have become degraded because of the contamination of Kali Yuga. Thus, they misguide people by exploiting their sentiments.
Last verse. Next verse.
So, looks like there is a question.
Okay, yes.
Okay, no, not a question. Okay. Fine. Okay, should I go to next
Yeah,
verse?
next verse. And then I want to share one more thing.
Okay. শচী কে প্রেমদানো তবে অদ্বৈত মিলন অদ্বৈত পাইল বিশ্বরূপ দর্শন. Thereafter, the Lord delivered love of Krishna to his mother Sochi Devi, nullifying her offense at the feet of Advaita Acharya. Thus, there was a meeting with Advaita Acharya, who later had a vision of the Lord's universal form. One day, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was sitting on the throne of Vishnu in the house of Srivas Prabhu. And in a mood of his own, he said, "My mother has offended the lotus feet of Advaita Acharya. Unless she nullifies this offense at the lotus feet of a Vaishnava, it will not be possible for her to achieve love of Krishna." Hearing this, all the devotees went to bring Advaita Acharya there. While coming to see the Lord, Advaita Acharya was glorifying the characteristics of Mother Sachi Devi, and thus upon arriving, he fell down on the ground in ecstasy. Then, under the instruction of Lord Chaitanya, Sachi Devi took advantage of this situation to touch Advaita Acharya's lotus feet. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was very much pleased by his mother's action, and he said, "Now my mother's offense at the lotus feet of Advaita Acharya has been rectified, and she may have love of Krishna without difficulty." By this example, Lord Chaitanya taught everyone that although one may be very much advanced in Krishna consciousness, if one offends the lotus feet of a Vaishnava, his advancement will not bear fruit. We should therefore be very cautious not to offend a Vaishnava. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita has described such an offense as follows. Jodi Vaishnava aparadho uthe hati mata, upade va chinde tar sukhi jai pata. Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Lila 19.1.156. As a mad elephant may trample all the plants in a garden, so by committing one offense at the lotus feet of a Vaishnava, one may spoil all the devotional service he has accumulated in his life. After this incident, one day Advaita Acharya Prabhu requested Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to display the universal form he had very kindly shown Arjuna. Lord Chaitanya agreed to this proposal, and Advaita Prabhu was fortunate enough to see the universal form of the Lord.
Hare Krishna. So I just want to one more comment which I forgot to tell Prabhu. Like according to like for Devatas, their one day is our 1 year, and this Pitra-Paksha comes when like it's like for them it's 1 hour for all Devatas, and their Brahma Muhurta is in our Kartik month, so their morning hours. And Janmashtami comes in August, their midnight. So that's why their Brahma Muhurta, we have a lot of festivals like Govardhan Puja. And before this comes is the Pitru-Paksha. That is the this Paksha is the 1 hour for so that those whoever missed to offer these ceremonies, they can do it at this Paksha. So yeah, that's what I want to tell you. So there is a question I saw.
Yeah, there is a question. I have a question. Nikhil Prabhu is asking. Hare Krishna, I have a question. Normally, we should do the rituals for the paternal relatives. Can we do for maternal relatives if the family is outside of Sanatan Dharma and those relatives will not receive the benefits otherwise?
Definitely, you can do it, because any that you read in as we read in the earlier in the lecture. So definitely we can do paternal or maternal. Wives, even for example, my wife father passed away. If he doesn't have any brother-in-law, If that, for example, I don't have any brother-in-law. If he, even though if I have, it is not following Sanatan Dharma. If we follow other Dharma, as a dutiful husband, as a dutiful son-in-law, you can perform the ritual for either side, like, for your maternal and paternal side. So this is and just this is for they got stuck and they got from these hellish planets, as Prabhupada mentioned, to make them free. Our Krishna consciousness is Srila Prabhupada, our Vaishnavism is more scientific. It's that, it can, even anybody can get any jiva, like that jivas who left this planet, right? They can also get to the promotion to the upper planetary systems, right? Yanti deva varta deva pitrum yanti prutu vrata bhutani yanti bhutecha mad bhakta. That's in Bhagavad Gita. Krishna says that, so they have all these planetary systems, right? We are providing the opportunity, or just showing our gratitude to them, that so that they can come out of these hellish planets. And also by doing that, Krishna will be pleased, and by Krishna is pleased, then we will get all our spiritual and of course the material desires also will be fulfilled. So yes, I hope it answered your question, Nikhil Prabhu. Thank you.
Thank you.
Prabhu, there is no questions in other channels. Then we can end with the Narsingha prayer.
So,
Namaste Narasimhaya Prahlada Dayi Hiranyakashi Purvakshaha Shilatantana Kalaye Ito Narasimha Parato Narasimho Yato Yato Yamitato Narasimha Pahi Narasimha Hrudaye Narasimho Narasingha Madintaranam Prapate Tavakara Kamala Vare Nakamadbhuta Sringam Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanu Bringam Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Jayo Narasimha Dev Jayo Narasimha Dev Jayo Narasimha Dev Jayo Narasimha Dev Jayo Lakshmi Narasimha Jayo Ananta Dev Jayo Lakshmi Narasimha Jayo Ananta Dev Jayo Prahlad Maharaj Jayo Prahlad Maharaj Jayo Prahlad Maharaj Jayo Prahlad Maharaj Jayo Jayo Prabhupada 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 Jayo Jayo Prabhupada Jayo Jayo Prabhupada 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 Jayo Jayo Prabhupada Jai Vigna Vinashaka Lakshmi Narasimha Bhagavan ki Bhakta Siromani Prahlad Maharaj ki Jai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol Grantraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki Jai Shri Shri Radha Madan Mohan Bhagavan ki Jai Hare Krishna.
Shri Krishna Purushottam Prabhu ki Jai.
Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Hare
Jai.
Thank you.
Sindhubhyayo cha
Titanam
pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo.
Anantakoti Vaishnav Vrinda ki
Jai.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees. We'll close the session now. Thank you for joining the class.